Welcome back to the Dark Reading News Desk here at RSA. Terry Sweeney here with Dark Reading. Joining me now is Emily Mossburg, Global Cyber Leader at Deloitte. She's joined by her colleague Criss Bradbury, a principal at Deloitte. Emily, Criss, thanks for joining us at the Dark Reading News Desk.
We're thrilled to be here. Thank you, Terry. We're going to have a lot of fun.
We are talking, of course, about the RSA trifecta, which is AI, cloud security, and management. So appreciate you joining us here. Security execs and SOC pros all know that they have to incorporate automation, AI, and ML into their arsenal. Emily, get us started by just talking about what's driving this from a business perspective. What's behind this?
For years, Terry, we've been talking about how we fuse different data types across the environment and get to greater information. And the tools have gotten more and more advanced, but that's really driven more and more data. And the reality is that nobody has the time to make their way through the stacks of data that exist. And we really need to find ways to comb through that information faster, get to the actionable points, and really get to the things that we need to look at and where the adversarial activity is. And so with the dawn of AI and what it's allowing us to do, the models that we're able to use, we can look at things, we can automate, we can move faster, and that's something that we've really been pushing for years.
Emily, AI and ML pose a number of management challenges both in and out of the SOC. What are some of the most pressing challenges there?
Well, I'll start with people. We know we still have a massive talent gap in cyber. So there just aren't enough people to be able to do the work that needs to get done. Beyond that, we need to be able to move from identification to action. And the integration of greater technology, AI, and automation allows us to move more rapidly, more efficiently. We've got to find a way to get faster than the attackers.
Criss Bradbury, let's bring you back into this. There are numerous threat intel and cyber risk management services that are already available to organizations today. Tell us where they fall short.
I think, to me, there are two big categories. The first is that they're often too narrow in their scope. They're addressing single domains. As we all know, there are many domains to cyber. It's a broad and complex landscape out there. And a lot of the providers out there think about it in narrow terms, maybe just an MXDR solution or a OT solution. And what we're trying to think about is broader than that. I think the second area is that a lot of those organizations don't necessarily meet companies where they are. They have a single offering. That's what you get. You don't get the customization and the meeting and the client where they are to be able to get to their business outcomes.
It also strikes me there's a fair amount of duplication across threat intel services. Is that off base?
Well, if you walk out on the floor here, there's a fair amount of duplication across all of the vendors out there. I can't keep it straight. I can't keep the acronym straight. And so then when you layer services on top of that, it just becomes even more complicating.
Well, speaking of services, tell us more about your new service, CyberSphere. How does it address the issues we've been talking about?
Yeah, so it's really about, to Emily's point, pulling more data into a single place where you can run correlations and get to those outcomes in a much better and faster way. It's about bringing all of the domains of cyber into one place and thinking about them more holistically and getting to where we've tried to be from an industry for a really long time, which is being able to see the whole landscape in one place, correlate across, and get to action more quickly.
I see. Emily, talk some about how Deloitte has involved some leading cyber service providers with CyberSphere's development and rollout. It'd also be helpful to know how CyberSphere differentiates itself from, say, comparable services from Palo Alto or CrowdStrike.
CyberSphere is really a culmination, as Criss mentioned, across multiple domains. We, Deloitte, are not a product company. We are a services company and a solutions company. CyberSphere is built on industry-proven platforms. So you say, how does this compare to Palo Alto or CrowdStrike? They are part of the platform. What we've done is take industry-leading solutions, integrate them together, and allow organizations to be able to see across their identity management, their MXDR, their vulnerability assessment, their incident response, Cybersphere is the culmination of all of these solutions brought together.
So this isn't just a compilation of the latest CSVs, sort of,
No, far beyond.
I guess. Great. Chris, anything to add here?
I think when we're fully complete with the platform, we're going to have 120 different alliance vendors in it, which I think is going to be unmatched. It's going to be something that clients can, again, we can meet clients where they are. We can help them evolve, operate their businesses to transform, and really get them to where they are getting to those outcomes and capabilities that they've been striving towards.
Right. Chris, close us out with some advice for customers who may be pondering if Cybersphere is right for them. What kinds of questions should they be asking themselves?
Yeah, I think the biggest one is just where are your pain points? Where are you struggling with finding people? Where are you struggling with getting to the right processes and really operating your cyber program? And that's where we start. We start with the specific things that organizations need. We're not a hammer looking for a nail. We're really trying to meet clients and understand what they're struggling with, whether that be an endpoint security challenge, as the network edge shifts, a SASE challenge, and trying to make sure that we understand what that is and solve that problem first, and then provide value on top of that. So it's really just understanding, giving us an understanding of what they're struggling with today, and we can start from there.
Emily, would you like to follow up with?
I would just say that the complexity that organizations are seeing today with the number of solutions and vendors that they're trying to manage, that's one of the things that we're really trying to help with in the Cybersphere platform. We want to take that complexity out. We want to be able to handle the integration of those solutions and the outcomes for the clients. And when we want to be able to help them get to outcomes and focus on the things that matter most to them.
Great stuff. Well, you've definitely given us plenty to think about with Cybersphere. Thank you both for joining us on News Desk today.
Thank you, Terry.
We've been talking with Emily Mossburg and Criss Bradbury at Deloitte. This has been Terry Sweeney for the Dark Reading News Desk. Thanks for joining us for this segment. We'll see you next time.